Hi guys, welcome back to Mascara Tint. Today I'm going to do a no makeup look. I know that sounds a bit daft, but it's about making your skin look quite perfect but not overdone. So hopefully nobody will really notice you're wearing makeup, you just look healthy and beautiful. So I got inspired by this by somebody's wedding I did on the weekend. She wanted quite a natural look because she didn't wear much makeup normally, so she wanted to just look a flawless version of herself. So I thought I'd do a tutorial on it. So first of all, I'm going to moisturise my skin and I'm going to be using Origin's Brightening. This has a tiny bit of a tint in it, so because I'm not going to be using a lot of foundation, this will just warm up the skin nicely. And it's also got SPF 15 in it, so if the weather comes back a little bit nice in the UK because it's gone all drizzly again, at least you've got some sort of sun protection. So I'm just going to apply that all over my skin. It's important that you put moisturiser on before your foundation anyway, but it's extremely important when you're doing a sort of more natural look because your skin, you want it to look quite glowing, and moisturiser brings all that plumpness back into the skin. So next I'm going to just do a bit of concealing. So first of all, I'm going to be using Garnier Eye Roll-On. I'm just going to be applying that underneath my eyes and around there to where I've got blueness. So I look a bit crazy, but I'm just going to blend that in with my fingers. The reason why I use this product is I think this product blends really nicely into the skin, and it's also a moisturiser, so hydrates the eyes as well. I'm also going to apply some on the lids just to neutralise my eyelids out because I have quite pigmented eyelids. And this might be a skip that some of you guys want to miss. Did I say that right? I don't think I did. This might be a step that some of you might want to skip if your eyelids are a good shade where mine aren't. So now I'm going to just use a bit of concealer to go around my nose. So I'm going to be using MAC, what is this? It is Studio Finish Concealer in NC15. Yeah, NC15. Just applying it all my fingers so I can blend these products out quite well. Because a brush will give you a bit more heavy coverage and not take a bit more to blend out, where it's quite handy to do it with your fingers to blend out more. I'm just going to do extra concealing underneath my eyes as well to make sure that none of my blue circles or dark circles come through, and you conceal wherever you need. So I've got a little bit of a blemish here, so I'm just going to pat that on and blend the edges out. So next I'm going to use a BB cream, and this is Super BB Cream by Skin 79, which also has SPF 25 in it. I got this off eBay. I know Skin 29 do one of these before, and it's a Korean product. It was very cheap, so I'm not sure 100% if it was real, but it works well on my skin, so I'm not going to complain too much. So I just put a tiny bit on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to be applying it wherever I have any sort of bigger blemish areas. So underneath my cheeks get quite red. I find around my lip area there are annoying freckles. I'm going to call them annoying freckles because they just highlight the lines around here. I'm just going to apply a tiny bit through the cheeks, but literally blend it out quite well so it's hardly visible to the eye. And I've got a tiny bit left on my finger, so I may as well just rub a tiny bit all over the skin. But this is literally a light coverage of foundation, so to any untrained eye it'll look as if your skin is glowing and doesn't have much makeup on it. So the next product I'm going to use, and I find this is really important to a no makeup look, is I'm going to be using a skin tint as such. So this is Posy Tint, and this is by Benefit, and I got this little sample from a magazine. So I'm going to be applying some onto a sponge. You can buy these really easily from like Boots or any cosmetic drugstore, and I'm just going to be colouring the top of my sponge with this product. The reason why I don't put this directly onto the skin, I used to just dot it and then try and blend it in, but I find it stains in those little circles that I put it in, as if I can't blend it in quick enough. So this sponge prevents that from happening, has a bit more of a smoother finish. So I'm just going to be applying this to the apples of the cheek where I naturally blush. Just blend that lightly into the skin. And using the clean side to blend the product out. And now I'm going to go on to a different Benefit product, which is called High Beam, which is a shiny product. And I'm just going to be applying that to the tops of my cheeks, just to bring a bit of sheen back to the skin of anywhere I've put the sort of concealer, and it's made it that bit matte, because we want the product to be, our skin to be as glowy as possible. So just applying a little dot on the skin and just blending it out with my sponge, cosmetic sponge again. And again, I find you need to work quick with this product, so you could apply it back on this sponge if you wanted to, but if you work quick with the product, it doesn't stain as easily on the skin. I'm also going to apply a little bit on my Cupid's bow, which is here, and dab that with my fingers. And this will highlight that bit of the lip. So now to move on to my eyebrows, I am going to fill in a tiny bit, but not as much as I usually would. Just filling in any of the gaps, and I am going to use a brush for this because I can't replace my fingers with an eye brush, with an eyebrow brush, doesn't work. So I'm just going to be applying a tiny bit on the end of the brush and tapping the excess away. And I've got a little gap coming on here. I must have over tweezed that little bit there. And just a tiny bit at the top there. I'm just lightly brushing this through. The pressure that I'm putting on this brush is absolutely minimal. It's really tiny. So it's just touching the skin. And same for the other side. On the eyelid, I'm just going to be using a shimmery powder. This is a highlight by Bourjois. I've had this for absolutely ever. But I'm just going to be applying this onto the centre of the lid. So just a tiny bit on there. This isn't very pigmented, so it's just there to give a bit of a sheen, just to waken the eye area up. And because this is not very pigmented, there's no point me using a brush or anything like that, so you can just use your fingers for this part. I am going to be applying a little bit of mascara, but I'm going to be using it with a light hand. So I'm using my favourite Bare Mineralize even said it wrong the second time. Bare Minerals Flawless Definition Volumizing Mascara. So I'm going to wipe off the excess so there isn't a huge amount of product on the brush. And, oh, I forgot one step. I'm going to curl my eyelashes because I'm not using a lot of product and they're not going to hold in the curly-ish area that opens the eyes. So I'm using my Sure Mirror eyelash curler and just right close up to the lash line, bringing it out slightly, giving it a few tiny little squeezes and working my way up to the top of the lashes. So you can see how much of a huge difference that's made already, just curling the eyelashes. They are much more prominent. So again, back to the mascara. I'm just going to be lightly brushing through, but not literally. I usually sort of try and get towards the lash line, try and get through. I'm just literally combing it through lightly. You could always use a brown mascara for this bit so it looks a bit more natural, so it isn't as dark, but I like giving it a little bit more definition. And I'm going to leave the bottom eyelashes clear, so I don't need to worry about that. So next I'm going to go on to lips, and I'm going to be using a lip balm first of all, and I'm using a Jack Black lip balm, and this is in grapefruit and ginger. This has also got SPF, so this is brilliant for the summer. So if you're on holidays and you don't want your face products to melt or anything like this should be perfect because we haven't used much cream products on the skin, so leaving less sort of it flowing down your face. And for my lips, I'm going to be using a Topshop blusher, and this is in Neon Rose. And the reason why I use this is because this is slightly matte, so it gives your lips a natural thing, because our lips aren't naturally shiny. So this is just to add a tiny hint. So I'm just going to pat this on the lips just to give them a bit of colour. If you do need to powder the skin, I would, because you get a bit shiny or oily or anything like that, I would only use this product where you need to use it. So if your T-zone gets a bit shiny, just grab a big fluffy brush, and the product I'm using is Original Mineral Veil, and just applying a tiny bit through the centre of the face and just underneath the eyes to stop products from moving throughout the day. But that's it. Really nice and simple, really natural. So if you have an occasion where you need natural makeup and you don't want to be too much, or you're going to the beach and you want to look natural and glowy but not overdone, this would be perfect for you. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. And if you like this video, please subscribe. That would be great to see you guys, and leave me a comment. I always love chatting with you guys. So thank you very much. Bye now.